So here we are at the end of the Reframing Jesus leader videos, and I just want to do a little bit of an overview here as we end this up. So the main thing is we don't want better Christians. We want ruin for Jesus disciples. There's a big difference between those two. Let's revisit that iconic story about what it means to be a disciple. When Jesus is on that hillside and he tells the people over and over again without explanation, if you want any part of me, you're going to have to eat my body and drink my blood. What a crazy encounter that is. Only superseded and overshadowed by what happens after it. Because remember, Jesus says to his disciples after everyone else has left, are you going to leave too? And I know because of how I would feel if I was in their shoes at that time. I'd be thinking, boy, I don't understand any better than they do what you just said. And I wish I could leave, but I'm embarrassed because I'm one of your closest people, and it would be really embarrassing if I left too. But Peter steps up and he says, where else would we go? That is what a disciple says. Not, you've done everything I ever expected you to do, Jesus, and I understand everything about you. It's nothing to do with that. It's, where else would I go? I am so all in with you that I can't separate myself from you any longer. So this is the place that we want to bring teenagers to. Remember, we want them to be pigs, not chickens. We want them to get to this place where they're so wrapped up in Jesus that they can't leave him behind. I think of another story with Peter after the resurrection of Jesus, when the disciples are kind of in this awkward in-between time where they don't really know what to do with themselves. They've heard stories of Jesus risen from the dead. They've seen him, but they don't know what they're supposed to be doing now. So they go out fishing at night because that's what they know to do. And in the morning, when the sun's coming up, they've caught nothing. They're stripped naked to fish because that's how they did it back then. And on the shore, they see this guy. And John squints and looks at him and says, I think that's Jesus. And then Peter looks and he says, that is Jesus on the shore. And Jesus is asking him to come in and have breakfast with him. So they turn the boat around and they're about to row it into the shore, but that's not fast enough for Peter. He jumps over the side of the boat naked and swims as hard as he can to the shore. And he's standing on there on the shore naked and unashamed with Jesus. Maybe the first time that's happened since the fall of Adam and Eve, that a man has stood naked and unashamed before God. Peter is all in. He can't wait to get to Jesus. And that's where we want our teenagers to be as well, all in with Jesus. So what's our role in this? How do we help kids get to this ruin for Jesus place? Well, first of all, we have to be ruined for Jesus, not as a should, but as we lean into him, as we encounter him as he really is, we're ruined for him, just like Peter is. Another way of dealing with that is asking ourselves a question. Are we more interested in the promises of Jesus or the person of Jesus? I mean, are we more interested in what he can do for us, or are we fascinated by his compelling presence? The way that we get to that place is to stand in mud puddles with kids. Stand in them long enough until we understand something of the heart of Jesus. So thanks for going on this journey with us, and we're grateful for right now even the ways that Jesus has been reframed in your youth group. I think you'll start to see fruit result as their attachment to him grows deeper.